welcome everybody. Welcome, Street, crikey. Welcome everybody to episode 29 of Blunders and Bothwellians, the Wounded Witch edition. This is the Tuesday party known as Carnal Eclipse, with their carnal keep far behind them. And you guys have had quite a time of it, quite a naked time recently. So, we left off with, and I'll read my list here, are you ready? We left off with naked Arissa hopped up on energy shots, dancing around on a table with a tiefling called Hal. Varic woke up and covered her with something, and then went back to sleep again. Varic woke up and has now been convinced he is dreaming. Arkan is there, having had a shot. Apricity has also had a shot. Rita is also watching, and yes, she still has her princess crown. It counts as a curse, Redo, so if you want to get rid of it, yeah. There you go. Befriend the paladin. Oh no, wait, you've already done that. Hey, you're in!
Oh wait, so the crown, we finally found out what the crown does?
Well, the crown counts as a curse item. It's not cursing her, it's just like a curse, it will stay there until someone removes it, essentially, is what the card has done. You guys are currently in Fort William, which is right on the northern border of the country of Borson. You guys went there because you were going to have a look for the people who are now known as Cecily and Mayha Eclipse, who you originally knew as the daughter Emily and him, who were attempting to run away together. You helped them do it, and now they would love you to come to their wedding, which is in about a month's time. So you guys are at Fort William. You've got Lyles William and his wife Bury William, and they're in their late 30s to early 40s. They are fighters, a strong couple, and they have just aided you guys in fighting off a fuck ton of vampires.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah. Some of whom you managed to kill, some of whom turned into a sort of black mist and disappeared off into the sky. Gosh, oh, golly gee, I wonder where they went. Anyone who plays in the Sunday party will know! So, we will begin the episode with Orissa making me a wisdom check.
Okay. Wisdom check, not wisdom save.
Yes, just a check, please.
Okay. Not natural one.
Oh.
Okay.
Highly effective.
Very, very.
That's what you get for rolling a 2 and your modifier is a -.
Well done.
I have many skills. Wisdom is not one of them.
Wisdom is not one of them. Alright.
Computer has no skills.
I have no other skills. Alright.
This is not with you.
In which case, everything continues as normal. So, we will pick back up the next morning. However, if anyone had anything they wanted to do over the previous evening of drinking and merriment, please let me know. And I will add that in before we skip to the next morning.
Trying to keep the tiefling alive.
I can't remember how much we spoke to Lyles and Bury. Obviously, 2 weeks in my.
You had a little bit of chat, but not a great deal. If you would like, you can speak to them last night, or you can speak to them at breakfast in the morning. They'll be in the same room.
Apart from that noise. I'll talk to them at breakfast then, because I was pissed.
Okay, so you're going to speak to them over breakfast. Would anyone else like to have done anything last night, or are you all alright to skip to the morning?
Well, I'm not sure we have to talk about what Reid would have done last night.
I think we do, in great detail.
Varitas, did you agree to whatever she did to you last night?
Yeah.
Pala winning. Okay.
Yeah, praying for some guidance, eh? Huh?
That's divine Viagra.
I always get scared when I get private messages from players telling me they've had ideas. You know who you are. Alright. So, okay, the next morning dawns.
I didn't do it this time yet.
It was you! You're the one who messaged me!
I didn't send any messages yet.
Yeah, there's not comforting.
I received one. Anyway, so.
Wait, that That wouldn't be me.
Anyway, I have messages. Anyway, right. Anyway, yes, here we go. So, you guys are sitting in the big sort of long mess hall room where a lot of people were the previous evening. A lot of people are recovering. Several people are all good. A lot of people are strapping on their shields and swords and going back out. It looks like people who are going to man the walls. A load of the archer ladies are going back out. It seems like they've done a swap fairly early in the morning. And you do have the two leaders, the husband and wife. They are sat there as well. You've got Lyles and Varic. You cannot see Cecily or Mehar, but Mehar was injured and they both went upstairs the previous evening, so you assume they're up in the medical bay. So, I'm going to take the assumption here that Varic is going to be eating a huge plate of food. What would everyone else like to do? Varic, roll me a intelligence check.
Intelligence. That's a not natural 20.
Okay. You remember most of last night. You remember confusion over whether you were dreaming or not. You remember Arissa dancing around with Hal the tiefling. Oh, Arissa, Hal will have offered for you to come and sleep in his bed with him. Would you say yes or no?
Wait, who asked her what now?
I would have been watching that as a hawk, and I would have sabotaged that somehow.
Why?
No, Arissa wouldn't have.
Okay, in which case, you will have slept somewhere else in a bed by yourself, and the tiefling would have taken it like a champ and gone off and flirted with someone else. Can I look for the other tiefling, not Versi, the other one? You racist!
I wasn't here last time. Would I have placed the shield around Arissa?
While she was sleeping, potentially, if you want, yes.
Okay.
That could have been very awkward. That could have been very awkward if she accepted the offer from Tal.
Oh, that
because suddenly poof shielded on her.
She might have been very annoyed if it was a crucial moment, but yes. So
really?
You can hear us, but not speak to us. No.
You seem muted, yeah.
Yeah, it shows it as just being muted. Maybe you could try unmuting again. I'm not sure if it. Oh, that gives an issue. That does tend to be an issue with. Yeah,
that's starting. Maybe it will back up.
I'm gonna use the IT crowd as my only source of reference here. Have you tried turning it off and on again? when in doubt. So, meanwhile, I will get to Apricity later then. So, Varic, you wanted to go look for Hal?
Yes.
Okie dokie. Just do me a quick perception check.
Can I, before I do that, can I hand Verti my bow?
Sure.
Verti, could you hold on to this?
Sure.
I don't want to do anything stupid. Also here, and I hand him like the bear traps, the dagger, the whips, and both of the quivers.
Basically everything weapony that you own.
Just like stacking all of the weapons.
You watch the paladin slowly pile this in his hands, and then he holds out his hand one more time.
I hear sound!
Hello?
Yay!
My computer didn't crash. I had forgotten to make sure it was plugged in at the wall, and the battery died. But we're all okay now.
Yay, you're back.
What a twat. Carry on.
Well, now that I'm considerably less armed and dangerous, I'll find Tal.
Okay. Do me a perception check.
That's 18.
Okay, you cannot see him currently in the hall.
Damn it, he's not here. Okay. In that case, I'll just start like grabbing my weapons back. Thank you for holding on to them. I was gonna go find someone, but he's not here, so I'll just, take my weapons back and ask him when I see him.
Did we all get rooms for the night, or did we all pass out at the table?
There are
Being a bard comes with, well, since I performed, ? I would have earned this.
Yes, you will have had lodgings offered to you. Mostly it would have been where the soldiers sleep, so it would have been like a massive dormitory. Some people, like Hal, had their own places, and they will have gone to those, but you will have been offered a place to sleep. However, if you would like to have passed out in the mess hall, that is absolutely fine.
Where did Arkan go to bed? I can't remember if I put him to bed. I don't know. I can't remember how we ended.
You put him to bed when you were at the Carnal Keep, but as far as
but this time...
I think this time he probably would have passed out at the table, to be honest.
I think, me and you would have like passed out with shock.
Yeah, cool. That's what I thought happened. So I will have woken up next to Arkan feeling probably a bit shit, and then like checked if he was okay.
I probably would have woken up before everybody else and cleaned the entire hall.
Oh.
Really?
I would assume Hannibal fell asleep sitting down in front of Arisa with her own shield.
Yes. So, in the morning, you wake up, Arkan has cleaned furiously. Varic has searched for someone to punch, but not found him.
No, I wasn't going to punch him.
Oh, you were just going to speak to him nicely.
Yeah, you guys can get threatened off of,
Yeah, you were refused parting.
I only was going to talk to him, but I wouldn't have been the friendliest, maybe.
Okay, well, there's plenty of option for that. You do know where he works, of course.
I might try to seek him out later today, then.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he is the apprentice to the blacksmith. Because some of you were asking about having weapons and things and all that, so that's how you met. Yes, so it is the morning. Apart from all that craziness, you have all been fed, been watered. What would you like to do? I believe Apristi wanted to go speak to the leaders, correct?
Yes, please, if they are around anywhere.
Yes, they are. Both of them are sort of sat together. They've got a few soldiers and archers around them, but it seems like they're just having a quick brief before they go onto the walls and they actually move away to go and start their morning shift. So you've got Lyles and Bori, and yeah, they're sat at the table having some coffee currently.
I shall give them a little gnomish twiddly bow and bid them a good morning.
Like Lyles nods his head, but Bori sort of like raises that, like shakes her head, like there's no need for that. No.
Thank you for your hospitality last night. How is the city looking this morning?
Well, better. It was, how should we say, not quite a surprise attack, but still, we have had casualties, we have had losses. People need to be given time to mourn and grieve, but we also need to get things back to the way they were, I suppose. We need to come up with a new plan of what to do. People are growing impatient. They will not take "we live near the border" as an excuse any longer. Something has to be done. We actually were wondering if your group would be interested in a little mission for us. Paid, of course.
I would have to check with the others, but if it fits in with our plans that we have, I don't see why not.
It would be a simple mission. Day trip only, if that. Depending on how fast you can run.
I'd surprise you at how fast these legs can go.
Oh, I meant no offense, of course. No offense.
What kind of mission were you thinking? Is it to do with our fanged friends that we met?
Sort of. And more. I wouldn't want to disclose too much unless you're all 100% involved. I'll tell you what. Ask your group if they would be interested in a fully paid and compensated mission a day's trip maximum there and back to try to put a halt to some of the evil that seems to be waltzing down here from Trevice.
And is it a trip to Trevice, or are we talking about a small trip?
It would be into Trevice, but only just into their borders, their southern borders.
I'm sure I can discuss with the rest of the party over a hearty breakfast. I did want to ask you about the attack, if that's okay.
By all means, yes, certainly. And she offers you a new cup of coffee.
I'm going to pour in an inordinate amount of sugar. And drink it as if there's nothing changed. So obviously, your visitors were not that welcome here. Have you had attacks like this before?
We have.
On this scale?
Yes. It's been getting worse over the years. Since the Great War ended, we've had bits and pieces breaking through bands of, scavengers, rogues, various different groups, but more recently it's been getting more severe and more frequent. What used to be maybe every couple of months is now almost every other week. I mean, we can't be prepared for everything. We try to be vigilant, but one week it's vampires, the next week it's a troll and several orcs. We can't quite keep up with the unknown, and people are starting to freak out.
That would be the natural reaction. I wondered if you felt that the attacks were completely random, or if they were, I don't know, somewhat organized. I mean, you seem to have some powerful-looking brother and sister involved in this attack. I wondered if they had been here before.
As far as we're aware, we have been attacked by vampires before. I couldn't say if it was the same ones, but as of yesterday, some did get away, and doubtless may have come back again. Unfortunately, it's very hard to keep tabs. I would find it hard to believe that a troll or goblin or barbarian attack was not to be uncivilized, but, well, I would find it hard to believe they were particularly organized, should I say. But then there could be a higher force sending them all, I suppose. But then why not send all of them at once and wipe us out? Why random and sporadic? I feel like it's just some evil, to be honest with you, escaping from Trevice. And whenever we get rangers and people who try to come through seeking shelter or aid, they all tell us the same story. The evil is breaking through Trevice's self-destruction on the brink, and everyone wants out.
So you're thinking that these evil creatures that are coming through are trying to escape something worse in their homeland?
Potentially. Or it's overspill from whatever the evil is that's coming in right now. Either way, not good. If they're overspill, it means there's more. If they're running, what the hell are they running from?
One can only begin to imagine.
Indeed.
I'll talk with the party and see how they feel about a day trip, as you put it. Where can we find you to let you know our answer?
My wife, says Lyles, my wife will be up on the walls with the archers for today, and I'm going to be up in the medical bay checking on our patients. So between the two of us, we'll be around.
I hope that the patients recover well. I'm sorry that you've suffered such loss already.
Thank you. It is most appreciated. Most kind of you. I fear we have not seen the last of our losses, but we're rounding the corner. Alright, I best be off. And he kisses his wife on the cheek, and they both stand up and go about their daily business.
Cool.
Send you some message, DA.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to look around and see where everybody else is and try and get everybody on one table for breakfast. If that is possible.
Yep.
Oh, I can see. Varic.
And the therapist would have already walked outside to go check on the mounts.
Okay. I will sit at a table and have some breakfast. And wait to see if anybody else comes over.
Irissa will join you looking thoughtful, which is weird.
I shall give her a slightly smirky nod because I saw a bit of Arissa last night again.
I think most of the place did.
Yeah, gonna tuck into breakfast and see what else happens around me.
Also, there's a massive explosion as Hannibel's shield explodes. Just FYI.
I assume that Varic would totally ignore that explosion by now. That happens on the
gonna say-
daily.
I assume everyone else is freaking out since they're all on high alert.
There's not a lot of people in here with you. A lot of them have either gone off to work or to bed, but those who are left looked over and immediately sort of picked up Steel and said, "What the fuck?" And they sort of stood there looking and nothing else happened. And they're like, "What?" And then like Varic and Apristi sort of like give them a wave like, "Oh, don't worry." And they sort of went and sat back down to their breakfast.
Kind of lazily raise a hand from my fork and just like, she's fine, she's with us, don't worry. And I carry on eating.
So this is normal for us, it's fine.
Hannibal should be following Arisa now, after she notices that everyone is kind of spreading.
Okay, so the Theratas, you've gone to check on the mounts.
Yep.
Okie doke. They're a little bit cold, but they're alright outside. They've got some food, they've been fed. They're pretty chilled.
Yeah, once he's happy with that, he's going to walk on back in.
Okie doke. So the Theratas comes back in. Is anyone else doing anything away from the table? Varic, you
I'd
can
sit.
sit away from the group, yes.
I'd sit maybe a table over or something like that.
Okay, so still within earshot, but not at their table.
Yeah, and awkwardly looking away.
Arisa, are you dressed right now?
Yeah.
Okay,
Aw.
just checking.
Somehow I don't think they would have let Irissa sleep while naked.
So Vithassus will join everyone at the table and try and prop his shield up so Navinia can see.
Okie doke. And Narvinier will sort of sit like cross-legged on the top of the shield bit and like peer around, sniffing like all the food smells and looking around curiously at all the new people.
Redo, where are you?
I am joining everyone with tea.
I'm going to... So how many other people are there that aren't part of the party? Just kind of a few squagglers?
Probably about half a dozen maybe, just grabbing some breakfast. They're not particularly close to you. Most of them are sat by the windows or by the door so they can quickly go out and do their bit. So.
I'll look around the party then and kind of not shouting but loud enough so that Varic can hear that I'm talking about something interesting. Carnal Eclipse has been offered a job. If anybody is interested in a little bit of action over the next couple of days.
I'll turn around and just like instantly stare straight at Plicity.
Can they afford us?
I think we'd have to settle on our asking price. We've not really charged for anything like this before.
Well, what do they offer?
Have they offered
Well,
anything?
They've offered us a fully paid excursion. They've not specified as yet because they wanted me to get the agreements of everybody else in the group before we moved forward. They're suggesting we take a day trip over to Travis.
Well, that'll be the first time I've been home in a while.
I think they're suggesting they know a way we can give them a little bit of a respite from the evil that seems to be pouring over recently.
Ooh.
Well, this is fine by me. Gives me
so
a
what
chance
you're
to kill
saying-
more vampires.
So what you're saying is we can go out hunting?
I'm going to smile, a big smile at Varic.
I believe what they're asking for is some monster hunting across the border.
I am definitely up for a hunt.
So
You try not to get yourself in trouble this time.
Me? Trouble? Never.
Annabelle
Varic has like
smacks him in the head.
Varic's got like the cutest little angel face.
Varic, trouble Nilo.
Rosie,
Yeah.
can I just slightly torment the party by playing around with the deck of cards in my hands without actually pulling a card?
Of course you may. Of course you may.
You're playing with fire.
Potentially, literally.
Not inside.
The DM reserves the right to change the cards at any time and add new ones at her whim.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what? I see Hannibal eyeing them and I quickly stuff them back between my armor.
Hannibal's like drooling a little bit.
From what I've gathered from Lyles and Bury, they've mentioned vampires, like we've had the pleasure of meeting already. They've mentioned trolls, orcs, goblins, barbarians. Sounds like our day trip would be eventful, to say the least. We would obviously need to go with full health and perhaps maybe an extra item or two if we could procure something. Who fancies a short holiday?
I am all for it, as you humans say.
Well, Vitharitus will just look at everyone and go, well, this is what my order was founded for. Count me in.
I guess so.
How much did they say that the job would be? So I'm just kind of going through notes and trying to understand the ingoings and outgoings for the group.
That's something I think we'd need to settle, dear. I've not gotten the exact weight of gold that we'd be earning. But it sounds like for something as big as this, we could set our sights quite high.
Usually when it comes to business deals and the people tend to offer jobs without giving exact kind of mind on how much is actually the job needs to be paid for. It's usually a business tactic of trying to lowball the person that's getting the job. Or
So
so
we'll
I've
just-
read.
So we'll just start a buy.
Just me.
Basically, just explaining that what he said was, it seems to be usually when people are trying to give you a job and don't give you a price of how much they want you to do it for, that they're technically lowballing you, as far as he's read.
We'll just start a pie. If we want 500, we start at 1,000.
DM, this is hard. Would we kind of, between us, know what would be a reasonable rate for some monster hunting?
Do
A few heads.
an intelligence check.
I can't believe I'm this intelligent this session.
Yes, we.
That's another not natural 20.
Oh, holy shit.
What did you do wrong, Paladin?
30 just nat
As
1
in,
again?
what did the paladin almost do right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yay!
the paladin got 15 intelligence.
Wow, right.
Yay!
How?
30.
That was a 17.
You almost knew it.
I'm feeling hungover this morning, apparently.
Okay.
Also, his background was monster hunting, so I'll probably blame it on that.
So, Arkan, from the things you've heard and read, Redo from just, I think we're worth this much. Hannibal from, I need to pluck a number out the air. Vitheritas from your experience, and Varic from your, how much do I think maybe possibly, well, if we sold this at market, and if I was doing this, and how long it would be. You guys think, depending on how many monsters are being hunted, whether they're wanting them to be captured or just killed, etc., etc., and depending on what the creatures are, anywhere between 700 to 2,000 gold pieces for the group.
Oh, sorry, say it again?
Sorry, I was typing. 700 to
Anywhere
12,000.
from 700 to 2,000 gold pieces for the group.
Cool. I say we go in high.
Do you guys mind me if I done the business deal on the negotiation of money?
You guys can have my share. I care not for
It would
money.
be an honor to have you do that. Also, I don't think I'd be very good at it, so go for it. Lyles and Burry are out on duty for the day, but they've said that we can go and find them and let them know our answer.
Also, has anyone seen our friends from last night?
Wait, friends from last night? Who?
Blacksmith.
No, not the blacksmith.
So it was real then, Arkan.
I'm going to be doing like the cut kind of symbol, like the hand gesture behind Varic's back, like an arc, and like X-nay on the Axeman.
I think I should, get some new arrows. I'll be at the blacksmith's if you're looking for me.
Hannibal is now glaring at you for daring to talk about that person.
Varic, don't forget to leave your stuff.
Fair. I hand him my bow and I'll just start walking off and then return giving him 2 of my bear traps. And then walk off and return again with my last bear trap, and I'm just going like stacking up
anything.
stacking up all of the weapons, so like all of the arrows, which is slightly over 100 arrows, and then
So you're taking about half an hour to take off all your fucking weapons.
it's
one
it's
at a time, one arrow
Yeah.
at a time.
No, it's the quivers. Like it's the 2 quivers that, and then a handful of extra fancy arrows that I got from Rido at some point. But Varic doesn't understand that yet.
I'm going to stare at Varic and in Gnomish say, "Don't you think you have enough arrows already, mate?"
Busted.
Fair. I'll just go talk to him in Gnomish as well.
Mhm.
Hannibal follows him quietly.
As I walk out the final time, he's like cracking his knuckles.
And
Hannibal is smirking in glee.
Arkan's gonna turn to Prissy and also say Gnomish. In the words of Saldaras, we're fucked.
I love it. Do we have any idea how far away the blacksmith is? Did he tell us anything like that?
It won't be very far because this whole place, Fort William, is basically this keep building where all the soldiers are, the building where a few people plus the leaders, the husband and wife, stay, and then it's basically a few houses and a little market around it, and like an encampment, so it wouldn't be very hard to find.
I would like, please, to finish off my breakfast, but I'm going to send out Warmin to follow Flying Varic and then get her to check in with me every now and then to make sure that he's not causing too much shit.
Quick mention: Varic left his breakfast.
Oh,
dear.
fucking hell.
I'm guessing with my passive perception, I would see that and relay that to everybody. Going, is that kind of weird? And pointing to the full plate that's Varic's.
Yes.
Should I throw a stealth or?
Varic wouldn't even be looking behind.
In which case, no.
Yeah, okay.
Varic is focused on one goal and one goal only.
Oh dear. Poor Hal.
I can promise you he'll survive-ish, maybe, if everything goes according to plan.
Okay. So before I jump back to Varic, Arissa is poking at her food. Oh, Arissa, could you please do me a charisma save?
Charisma save.
Yes, please.
You get a +4 according to Verti.
Yeah, for being in Verti's proximity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I rolled a 9, which means I get +7, which is 16, plus the 4, so not natural 20.
Okay. Okay, Arissa, you wake up, and for a moment you think it was just a dream, but then all the events, give or take some haziness of the Sunday party, come back to you. I will relay them again, just in case you have missed it. You guys got off a boat at Risha. You can't quite remember where in Risha you were, but you docked somewhere, and you know you were looking for something. But then these two vampires who you had been chatting to and making friends with on the boat got attacked by a paladin, and then you guys all got into a big fight, and then it looks like one of the vampires is dead.
Which he recognized.
Say that again?
Vampire rednecks.
They were not. I'm not even getting into that again.
Okay. I mean the thing in the chest, or the pally. Do you recognize that?
He specifically mentioned it.
Arissa, do me a quick intelligence check.
+4.
Might be better at intelligence.
+4 again.
That's only for save, though.
I know. I was thinking
14 for intelligence.
Okay. You vaguely remember something about the paladin that was familiar, and something that reminded you of the Veritas, but you can't quite remember what it was.
Okay. Arissa's looking very confused at her potatoes or whatever. I don't know what she's...
She can have potatoes if she wants. Why the fuck not?
Why not? Yeah, she's just looking very confused at her potatoes.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything at breakfast before you go off to either see blacksmiths or do
I did something to Arissa. Sent you by message.
Okie doke. I will just get that.
Bum bum bum.
Okay, Arissa. You feel something warm and wet touch your leg.
What?
Oh my god, I immediately check.
It is the warm, wet nose of a sort of bluey, white, sparkly dog creature.
Oh my gosh.
It's poking its head out, sort of like you've got like your legs crossed, and it's sort of like poking its head round the side of your leg under the table.
Oh my god.
And it's got like massive, like anime eyes.
I give it some of my bacon.
It happily eats your bacon.
Yay!
Friend, you guys are just accumulating pets. You've got a freaking petting zoo now. It's getting ridiculous.
Also, we have a pet generator.
Yeah.
You do. Alright, so anyone else at breakfast doing anything, or I will quickly jump over to Varic.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up my breakfast and give Percy the look, and I'm gonna walk out the door. Go after Varic.
Okay, you're gonna go after Varic.
Alright, if Arkin's done that, I'm going to finish the last mouthful of breakfast, swig down the last bit of coffee, sigh fucking heavily,
and follow him out after Varic.
Okay. Apricity and Arkan, can you do me perception checks? Varic, are you being stealthy or?
No, I'm going as fast as possible. So probably flying and just take off as fast as possible to the blacksmith and land before him. Wings spread out as far as possible.
And Hannibal will just teleport behind him, like 50 feet away.
Nat 20.
I've just got a nat 22.
Yeah.
Was it investigation? Did you say or perception?
Perception.
Okay, so it's 22 over, but with a natural 20.
Okay. Well, as if in unison, you two both instantly spot Varic flying a bit like a hawk, circling something that's not too far away in the distance, and then suddenly plummeting headfirst down to the ground, and he sort of comes out of your sight a little bit. You both seeing this turn to face each other, like almost like give yourselves like a high five with your eyes, and then sprint towards where Varic has landed. You catch him up, and Hannibal, you're there too. Varic, you land in front of the blacksmiths. You can hear ting, of hammers on metal. You can see the smoke. You can smell the flames and the soot and the sweat and the metal. And you can see that the human guy, who is the actual blacksmith, whose name I do have.
I want to be within 60 feet
Ivan.
of Varic.
Okay. Ivan, the human man, is there.
I'd say that since I flew there, there's no way you're going to be there this quick.
No.
So within 60 feet will take you some time, I assume.
It'll take them a little while, yes, like a good couple of minutes. It's not massive. It's not a massive place.
Not for me.
So,
I was, to be honest,
as I said,
I'm walk. I was going to pick up Percy up and fly.
The thing is, I left a good couple minutes earlier, though.
Yes, so you've still got a
That
couple
is
minutes
true.
ahead of them. Okay, well I'll put it down to about a minute then, after they fly off.
Fair.
So you've still got a minute. Apricity, you are picked up all of a sudden after having virtually high-fived Arkin, who sprouts wings and flies you rapidly, fast, over sort of the guards' barracks and people walking about, and all these different people in the early morning light, and flies you over towards the smoky blacksmith.
Did I know that Arkin can fly? Have I forgotten this massive thing?
I think he told you that he could, but you hadn't seen him do it yet.
Yeah.
No. He cast the spell fly.
Because I've seen like the thing when I looked back in the bedroom the time, which I don't think I told anyone yet, did I?
Nope.
No.
Okay, that was why I was so shocked. Okay, so
Wait, you saw Arkin's thing
In the
when you
bedroom?
looked back in the bedroom.
No, I'm not like that with drunk people. Consent is sexy, guys. Consent is sexy.
That's what they all say.
I hope so.
We're all about the
That's what she
consent
said.
here at Blunders and Bothwellians. All about the consent. So, Varic, you have 1 minute of time with the blacksmith, Ivan, before anyone else catches you up.
I teleported behind him, but she won't react. She will just watch on.
Okay, good to know.
I'll first look at Ivan and at the blacksmith and just go, hey, mind if I talk to your apprentice for a bit?
Sure, don't keep him from his work, Mom. We've got a busy day.
Yeah, of course, I'm not going to distract him. He can do his thing. I just want to talk to him.
Alright. Oh, wait a minute. You're not one of his boyfriends, are you? Because I'm not having any of that shop. We talk shop in here, and that's it. You get me?
I most definitely am not one of his boyfriends.
Alright. Help! Help! And after a couple of moments, Hal comes out from a back room. He's got some goggles on his head, sort of precariously. It looks like they've had to be edited, and they've got like 4 straps on them so they can go round his horns. And they're sort of covered in bits of soot and dust, and he's wearing big, thick braces on his arms, and he like wipes the soot off his hands, and he walks up. Oh, hello! Hi.
Hi.
What can I do for you?
I don't think I properly introduced myself last time. Name's Varic. And
Hi,
I'll just hold out my arm, like extended arm, just to shake his hand.
He wipes his hand of a lot of extra sort of dust and soot, and reaches out to shake your hand too.
I have a question about last night, actually, because I don't think I'm quite clear on what happened.
Oh, don't worry, we didn't hook up. I remember someone as pretty as you.
That's good to know. Thanks for that info. But I was actually wondering about one of my companions.
Oh yeah, you with the rather beautiful group all around, really. Tell me, is that Paladin single?
Well, you could certainly ask him, but I don't think the redhead would appreciate that.
Do you mean the redhead you guys were with, or the flamey redhead? Because she was interesting.
Both.
Apparently the tiefling in him is still finding its way out. I like it.
Yeah, he gets around. I was wondering more about the bard, though.
Oh, the music girl. Yeah, she's something, isn't she? That sparkling hair, those eyes. God. Ooh, hell yes.
She sure is, but I was wondering, did anything specific happen?
And at that point, I'm casting deafness on fucking.
Alright, fine. I will say that the Varic, Hal smiles and laughs, and you hear, well, there was only and then you go deaf. He's still talking in front of you.
I'm going deaf.
And Hannibal is still looking over his shoulder with the raised eyebrow, like, really?
I was like, I'm guessing Hannibal immediately looks at me, and I'm just doing the shh part. Like,
do I notice Arkan near me?
I'm 30 foot range, poked around a corner, cast it, and then got behind a corner again.
Oh, you didn't say that. Do a perception check with disadvantage, Varic.
So that was a 19 and a 20, so that makes that the lowest one is 19, makes 27.
Okey-doke.
Your penis is screwish.
You are desperate to hear this information, and for a second, it was deafness you cast on him, wasn't it?
Yep.
Okay. For a second, you think he's taking the mickey out of you or something, because you can still see his lips moving. But then you realise that you can't hear Ivan as he is hitting with a hammer this sword right beside both of you. You realise you can't hear any of the noise from the street or the bustle or the people or any birds or anything. And you whip around thinking something magical's just happened to me. And you see a whip of hair and a pale, pointed face that you recognise disappear behind a corner. Oh!
Apricity, could you hold my hand for a second?
I cast Hunter's Mark on him.
Gaze a second. Apricity, could you hold my hand for a second?
You can't do it that quick.
My sounds will break up again.
No, this is like... I was basically going to grab your hand and then cast invisibility on both of us.
I will allow this to happen.
I noticed and I instantly cast Hunter's Mark, though.
Okay. Could you both roll me a d20, please?
19.
17.
Oh, 17 too. We are matching rolls tonight.
Okay,
yeah, it's happening a lot.
So, you two, the Hunter's Mark takes effect on you, Arkan, but the invisibility also works. So, Varic, you're a little confused. They are invisible, but the Hunter's Mark is effective.
Hannibal moves around Varic, crosses her arms, and stares down the little blacksmith. She is not amused.
Okay.
I don't think this is working.
You're visible, right, Hannibal? He can see you. The blacksmith
Yes,
can see
he can.
You. Okay, good.
I'll say that something happened and I can't hear anything anymore, and then I'll walk off.
Okay. Hannibal, while Varic was deafened, you did hear what Hal was saying to him. Did you want to listen to what he said as his response, or are you not going to pay attention?
She really doesn't care. She's more, she kind of just threatening him with her eyes, like, yeah, this guy who just walked off is off limits, as is the girl. She's kind of like putting this, she's not even talking, she's sending like messages to his brain, like, the faces appear, and then with the X on top of them, and then a threatened feeling his gut, all from her eyes, so...
Okay. Yeah. Alright. He very quietly sort of nods his head at you and then goes back to his blacksmithing.
Hannibal nods once and follows Varic. Art, by the way, is...
Wait, how do you tell me? Because I can't hear.
No, she isn't telling you. Is Arkan and Apricity still hiding?
Yes.
Okay,
No, I just said we flow back to keep as fast as possible.
Okay.
So they're out of your sight and vision.
Okay, then she's just following Varic, but she's not in the mood to lift the spell from him. She's just like following him.
Okay, Varic, you are deaf. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Oh, this is going to be so much fun.
Okay.
And this is why I didn't lift it.
You know what? For now, I do nothing.
Uh-oh. Ominous. Meanwhile,
Oh.
Arissa
For
was
now.
having a conversation with the Theritas.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
We're talking about a certain other dragon.
Okay. What are you telling him?
Well, I haven't told him a lot. I've asked about stuff, and I've only just said that he was with the other me.
Okay. Good to know. Alright, so everyone is back at the breakfasting hall except for Varic. What were you going to do before everyone rejoins together?
You know what? I'll actually return because Varic will get hungry now that he can't do the thing he intended.
Okay, Varic comes back and starts scarfing down his food. So you're all back all together.
First, I gather my weaponry back from Verti.
Hannibal walks over to Arissa and calls on the dog, which happily trottles to her, wagging his tail. She just pats his head and said, "Good job," and he poofs up in smoke.
No, my friend.
I am right back in the position that I exactly was before.
Sorry, Arissa, but he cannot live very long.
Oh, don't say that to Arissa, she'll cry.
She's not Lorelei. So I gave him my bacon for nothing?
Oh no, the bacon tastes very well. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay. You're welcome.
Alright, so you guys are all back together in the breakfast hall. What do you want to do now?
12 is het hoogste. 1 is het laagste. Hou voor jou. Droomzacht schoonheid. Ik probeer het niet te laten maken.
You could be saying
Thank you,
rude things and we'll never know.
En ik weet niet zo goed hoe laat ik morgen werk heb. Dat moet ik nog even nakijken.
Ook een van herken haken.
Heb je dan een paar seconden?
Just makes me think of the Swedish chef from the Muppet.
Oh, that brings back
Probably
memories.
quite racist, but I can deal with that.
I think if you got
Dan moet ik de bus hebben van 7:30, dus dan zou ik graag...
It's okay.
Morgen
We've
is jouw
already
busdag,
offended the
toch?
Australians today, so may as well do.
Ja.
As well
No way.
well.
Ja.
Oh,
Nu
I
met de
got
verhuizing wil ik
that
zoveel
way,
mogelijk
please.
energie
Yes.
besparen om als ik terugkom zo hard mogelijk te kunnen werken.
Did he just say hard on?
I think it did. It sounded like he opened a beer and then said hard
Ja,
on.
ik snap dat je er pissig om bent.
Yeah.
Wait, who's bent?
I love this. It's
It's
awesome.
fun.
Prima joh, ik heb er een hele goede reden voor op dit moment. Maar
Is that
goed,
that
jij gebruikt de
meme
fiets
that
van
we
jou
all
toch ook
shared the other
nauwelijks?
day? D&D lets you do things that you wouldn't normally
Ik gebruik
be able
hem
to do,
heel
like
veel.
speaking other languages and waking up early.
En ik ga hem weer meer gebruiken, beloofd. Want ik ga natuurlijk, als we in Hoogzand wonen, ga ik natuurlijk geen boodschappen doen met de auto, want dat is veel te
Just making
dichtbij.
things up now to annoy
Dus
you.
zodra mijn fiets daar staat, fiets ik altijd. Beloofd.
Quick,
Ook in de
quick,
winter.
Reading from a
Veritas.
book.
But Veritas,
Dan
not
zei
talking
ik-
Australian again.
Dan loop ik. Daar ben ik specifiek in. Ik ben een keer heel hard onderuit gegaan met de fiets op gladheid.
I think
Maar zolang als het begaanbaar is met de fiets, fiets ik naar de winkels. Beloofd.
Olha, pá, eu também consigo começar a
Ook als we
falar
naar
a minha
Martens
língua, por
moeten,
isso
ook als we naar de
não
winkel
consigo
gaan.
Fetish?
Oh no, don't make my brain
Alles.
explode.
Why are you saying fuck you in German?
Beloofd.
Yeah, fetish you too.
Dus schat, ik hou van jou.
Ainda vais continuar? Eu também vou continuar, até assim
Oh.
que isto não acontecer.
Fijn dat ik er specifiek om moet
Aha.
vragen.
Eu também posso ficar aqui o dia inteiro, meu caro.
Zo boos.
Oh god.
I love it.
He's
It's
gonna go
beautiful.
foreign too. Do it.
Wat zei je? Ja, maar nu bedoel ik. Ik
Niet
moet
een foreign
specifiek
visa.
vragen om een reactie op
Eu
een
não
ik
estou
hou
super
van jou.
estrangeiro neste mundo maravilhoso seguido de montes
Laura, want je reageerde totaal niet. Je liep weg.
É, eu também consigo falar muito alto, rapaz, não é por aí.
Romanian first, please.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nee.
Ja,
Of
nu
nadat ik zei.
weet je wat.
Oh, geen reactie? Nou, die heb ik gehoord. Oké, duidelijk. Dat is wel even zelf. Sorry, het kwam heel lullig over. Dat er gewoon echt bijna een volle minuut tussen zat.
I have a
En ik heb je
question.
beloofd zoveel mogelijk met fiets te gaan.
If I just come back to it.
I can't
En ik
hear
vind dat ik mijn energie
anything.
moet besparen nu, want ik heb al nog steeds zo'n last overal van. Dan wil ik voorzichtig doen. Ik wil tijdens de verhuizing ook nog wat kunnen doen, want anders krijg ik dit te horen straks. Ik vind de collega's alleen maar dat ook weinig doen.
Blunders and Bothwellians, where no one can understand each other. And oh, I've got it.
Sorry dan, want ik probeer mijn best te doen.
Maya.
Fire?
Dit heb ik meerdere malen besproken. Het feit dat jij niet luistert, betekent niet dat ik het niet zeg.
Power to mute, Varic.
No, you sound so angry. He must be hungry.
Is he back here?
Yeah, there you go.
There you
Do
go.
himself, or did someone else do it? We heard everything you said.
We totally understood everything. we had Google Translate up. I swear it was yeah.
That sort of made my head hurt for a little while.
I know. Oh my god.
He definitely said something about a hard-on and like vegan space cadets.
I
or
heard
something.
space vegans. I swear to God, I heard space vegans.
And then you swapped to German at one point.
So confusing.
You can understand mine if you understand Spanish, or so.
Well, I think we found the title for today's episode, folks.
Speaking in
Space vegan.
tongues.
Space vegan. Speaking in
Yeah.
tongues. Speaking in tongues,
Space
in
vegan
brackets,
is
any language but English. I love it. So, you guys, did you want to talk about anything amongst yourselves, or did you want to go off and speak to the leaders about what their mission is going to be?
I might suggest to I might suggest to Arkin that we go and find Bury or Lyle and discuss the potential day trip.
Okay.
Okay.
If anyone else wants to come, they can come too. Obviously.
Annabelle will go if Arisa goes.
Well, let's just say you all go as a big, lovely group, because why not?
Excellent DMing. Let's move
Never
this shit
split the
along.
party. Never split the party. First rule. Alright. So, you guys head on out, because why not? And you go and find Bori. She is on the battlements at the moment. She's with several of her armed ladies who are they're not all ladies, but the majority of them are. The people who are the archers. That's the word I'm looking for. Archers. The archers on the walls. And she's having a chat with them and a pep talk. And she finishes up and spins around and sees you guys and smiles at you and says, have you come to a decision? Would you like to aid us in our day quest?
We are considering your offer. My good friend Arkan here is our
Bookkeeper.
bookkeeper. I was going to say banker, but I don't quite like that word. Is our trusted bookkeeper. I wanted to ask a few questions about the gold side of things.
About the payment, I see.
Of course. And we also wanted to perhaps get a few more details of what we might be facing before we set out.
I would also like to mention that I do not need to be paid because I will not be protecting anyone outside of this party. I will just come along.
Well,
I'll take her payment.
Well, I'm sure that can be arranged. And we usually pay a group fee, and then you can split it amongst yourselves, you see. That way it avoids any arguments with us, and we can pay a flat rate. I'm happy to make you an offer once you've heard what the mission is, and should you feel it is not quite enough or up to your standards, we could renegotiate. Of course, we're not a very rich town. We spend our lives protecting the border, and we don't have many luxuries or a great deal of wealth here, so I'm afraid I cannot potentially give you what others may have done, but we can give you what we can, and we believe is fair.
What kind of, we get cutting down to the chase, what kind of payment is that? Because whenever we do things like that, it's it's usually because we have a keep to uphold. We have a lot of money coming out, so we do have to kind of accumulate enough to keep that going and sustain it every month. Hence why I've been nominated as the bookkeeper and kind of doing the money negotiation.
Do a persuasion check for me, please.
Ho 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 ho.
This is what you were hoping for, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's not bad. That's 18 plus.
I was going to say this is where he rolls a natural.
Yeah.
Luckily,
All the money melts.
Sorry, mass.
That's okay.
Wow.
Okay. You
Charisma.
feel
Yes,
you feel very evenly matched.
Oh.
He smiles at you and says, "Don't you worry, we aren't in the business of ripping off people here. As I said, we're not rich, but I would say for this particular mission, and knowing that you have helped us and have been of great service to us, I would be happy to offer you 1,300 gold between you."
That seems like a very fair offer. Our usual standard rate, fixed starting rate is it depends on the job, but it's 1,500. But I was going to knock it off due to the circumstances. Well, knock off some gold due to the circumstances that is happening in the city, and I've seen the circumstances you guys are in. I was going to say if that'd be quite fine, but I'll be happy to drop it to 1,250.
She smiles. I don't think I've ever had anyone bargain with me that way before. Who am I to turn down a 50 gold return? Alright. You will get 800 of it up front and the rest upon return. And this is how we do it with everyone, of course.
That sounds very fair.
Vitheratus will just fold his arms across his chest and go, now that part's out of the way, what are we hunting?
Hang on. Just write down. Okay, written that one down. Well, we are in need of two things. We're in need of a brave group to go and plan something that we have had made. I'm not 100% happy with this plan, but it has been made out of desperation, and I understand the necessity of it. Unfortunately, we need to try and remain here. Part of our agreement as the leaders is that we will not risk ourselves and leave the place unmanned, so we need to have others go for us. We need you to plant something in the borders of Travis, which should aid us in at least buying some time and stopping some of the evil creatures from breaking through again. We need some time to rebuild, to rejuvenate our people, to get our lives back a little bit. We would also be grateful if you could capture any evil creatures that you find. This part is less necessary, but if you could, it would be of great help to us.
I'm sure that could be arranged.
Bury, how would we prove that we've been successful? What would you need from us?
The items we need you to plant would make it fairly obvious themselves had you been successful. My husband has been working with some members of an organisation I trained with and was a part of for many years before I took on the role here. And they have been creating something for us. It's a sort of magical explosive device. It will topple some of the land between Travis and us and should halt any more crossings of the evil that seems to be coming to us. Holy hand grenade, Batman!
So they've created this thing. Of course, Annabelle turns around. They've created this thing for us to use or for us to gather. Sorry, my sound keeps breaking up.
We are expecting delivery of this item later today, and then ideally it would be put into use tomorrow.
But yeah, I'm going to pass that contract papers over, or the parchment over to them, and basically just request them that their treasurer look it over and sign it.
At the bottom it says, if payment is not fulfilled at the end of when such contract is completed, they will send in the elf to collect.
Oh, sorry, that's meant to be they.
They will send in the elf. Well, hi Varic. So you guys have been finding out about out about the mission they want to send you on. They want to send you into the borders of Trevis, and then you're going to plant a magical explosive which should stop some of the evil creatures coming through for a little while.
Okay. Sounds good.
Also, at some point, you're going to have to give us a rundown on what the hell you were saying, because all we heard over here was space vegan.
Those were definitely not words that I spoke.
It just sounded like you said hard on.
I, for one, am disappointed.
I do feel like you need to start a band now, Rosie. I'm just calling the space vegan.
Yes.
Done.
Done. So done.
So, Buri, this magical explosive device,
Yes.
how is it operated? It's not going to put anybody in the party at risk, is it?
Oh, heavens, no. We had it designed so that it can be set and then detonated, and then there is a 5-minute time delay before it will go off. So you'll have 5 minutes to get out of the blast radius, which is quite large.
Sounds reasonable.
That's fine.
Is this a new explosive device that's being made just for this quest, or is it something that exists elsewhere in the world?
As far as I'm aware, it is not entirely one of a kind, but it has been made just for us. I know that the other members of the Ring have used various different versions of this in the past, but this is very specific to our needs. Yes, you're attuned to your harp.
I think this quest sounds reasonable. I'm slightly concerned that we will meet marauding bad guys on the way to plant this explosive device. Do you have anything else that we could take with us? Any other equipment that might aid us in case we were met with any other foe?
The only information we can give you currently is that you'll be in the Whispering Marshes, and it is more the terrain there you have to look out for. We know that several darker creatures spawn there and grow up there and take root, but as I say, it is more the place itself to watch out for. Anything could be coming through it. I can't guarantee vampires will not be there. All I would be able to say is to keep your eyes and ears and everything about you open and ready for a fight.
Ooh, a fight. I could do with one of those.
Well,
Wait, Rosie, can I hear again?
oh yeah.
How much of this did I even hear?
I cancelled the spell right when I got to
Oh yeah, he did say that.
I did say that, but I think it got enveloped with chaos.
Yeah, I saw you type that. You said as soon as you get back, you cancel the spell.
Okay.
Yes, I said that ages afterwards.
Yeah, I see it. So Vatheritas has already left to go and saddle up the mount.
Somebody.
So
He's eager.
there you go. And also, he doesn't do the small talk. He just does the fighty fight.
Yep. He knows what he's good at.
Yeah. So I'll kind of look around the rest of people and say, are we taking this little quest on then?
I was so that word explosion.
You had me at explosion. If no one's got anything else to say, then I'll reach my hand up to Lori and shake her hand.
Alrighty.
If you could give us any advice on the best route to take, we'd be very grateful.
Just make sure that contract's signed and given back to really the binding contract.
I can do that for you right now. And she grabs a quill from somewhere and she signs it for you and hands it back happily.
Thank you very much.
That is no problem at all. You know, I wish we had someone like you here. We could use the formality on occasion.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. And I just turn around, put it in my pocket, adjust my glasses, turn around, and walk away.
And I'll walk away.
You know what? Can I follow Arkan instead?
Oh.
Okay. So you guys are told, just before you can head off to do other bits, they're expecting delivery of this thing today. She says a member of the ring is going to be bringing it to her. If you want, you can come and have a look, and they're going to talk you through how to use it, that she will send for you when it arrives.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Sign me up for learning how the bomb works.
Yeah, might be useful.
Varic, are you following me or Verti?
Also,
I decided to change from following Verti, so I'm following you.
Okay.
Also, Apricity and anyone else who wants to do a intelligence check.
Nat 20.
That's 19.
Fuck it. Paladin will try again just to see if he gets lucky.
Just an intelligence, basic intelligence.
Holy shit! That dice. I love you.
Hey, that dice is not trying to murder you.
Alright. Varic, Hannibal, Vatheritas, Redo. Arkin, you might not know this. You might have picked it up over the course of the conversation. Ironically, Apricity, the one person who really should remember this, has potentially forgotten that the ring, which is where this item is coming from, that is the name of the organisation that Vincent Poe belongs to, and that is where they took Reese.
I'll say that.
I will look up dumbfounded that I didn't remember that.
Alright, so Varic, you say that? I'm just going to spin around going, oh, hi Varic.
I'll just glare.
What's wrong with you?
You'll find out.
Oh god.
I'm gonna shoot Varic a stink eye. Oh no, wait. Okay. I'm still inside.
What do you mean, Varic?
Nothing.
You're kind of confusing me here, there, buddy.
Good.
Okay. In my head, you're not confusing me at all. And I just continue on my way to the horses.
Just want to check, out of those vials of, you know, the Yidrit and also the other thing that I bought, those have only been dipped once, right?
Yes.
So I still have most of that left.
Apart from the
Better
one
be
you gave
spiking
me.
my pure sweet angel.
The Divine Spike.
I think we know what spiking you'd like to do.
Yeah, but I bought 3 of them, so I still have 2 left. And then I also have those other things that I bought, and the syringe, and that other drink that I don't know what it does. And the last one I don't have yet. That's still within, like, the brackets. Because technically the stuff that we did, Verti, didn't happen yet, did it? Technically that scavenger hunt we didn't happen yet, right?
No, it has not happened yet, as far as I know. But
Okay.
that's I don't know if the DM's holding it for a rainy day.
Probably.
Your Thieves Guild
Yeah.
extravaganza. I will say it will probably happen before you go to Risha. So potentially it could have happened. Well, no, it wouldn't have happened while you're on the way here. So I will say it will happen at the end of today's session. You guys,
Okay.
We'll slot that in there.
Nice.
Right. Well, I'll be.
Don't let me forget to put it in my notes.
I'll remind you.
To a question, by the way.
Yep. Sure. Roll me stealth.
What?
Stealth.
Can you write it down? I can't hear it. Oh, thank you.
That's okay. So you guys have a few hours. This package is going to arrive in the early hours of the afternoon. So if there's anything you wanted to do in the morning, let me know and you can do it. If not, we will jump to when you are summoned to come and see the castle. Okay. Orissa, can you give me a perception check, please?
I can. Seven.
Oh, thank God.
Alright, Orissa, as far as you're aware, nothing's happened.
Okay.
No ominous at all.
Okay, so do you describe
Rosie, I want to do one thing beforehand.
Yep.
I'll message.
Okay. So yeah, if anyone wants to do anything before you go and investigate and see how to work this basically bomb, let me know now. Would you like
me, I guess. I haven't described what's happening. While everyone is distracted with their little drama, Hannibal's hand slowly starts to glow in blue flames, and she subtly, what the hell is that word? Help me.
Subtly.
Thank you. Waves her hand around Arissa's back and front, and she grows a little hazy, so she doesn't notice this. And after around 2 minutes, she just stops with a very proud smile on her face. She's kind of gloating in a way.
Orissa has no idea what the hell's just happened.
No.
I am currently up with Verti now at the stables, and I'm just sorting out my horse.
What are you up to at the stables? We'll jump to you just for a moment because Varic is messaging me.
I'm just currently gonna.
Oh God, I think I know what he's going to message me as well. Sorry, what are you guys?
I already messaged Kiki.
Yes, I know. I just guessed what you were going to say before you said it. Carry on. In the stables.
I'm brushing my horse and general just chit chat with Verti, really.
Okay. Do you want to say anything you'd like to talk about between yourselves?
It'd be nothing important. It'd be just general chit chat.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess at most the therapist might be like explaining the road ahead, since pretty much she'll know it fairly well.
Okay. Alright. Give me a second. Varic, where are you?
Outside, but not near the stables. Like, I tried to find a little open space.
Okay.
What's Varic doing outside the... You're doing a thing. Oh God, not a thing.
Okay. Varic.
You asked.
Yes?
Okay.
Varic, for the next day, which is so from this afternoon until tomorrow from today at lunchtime until tomorrow lunchtime, you get a -2 to your intelligence.
Is that to my modifier or to my score?
I'm going going to say to your modifier.
Okay. I'll add it to my notes.
Okay, so you got a -2 to your intelligence mod, and you are considered confused for the next 24 hours. Confused means you roll with disadvantage on. I'm going to write this out for you. If I can spell. Advantage on wisdom, intelligence, dexterity.
No. Is that saving throws or all rolls?
All of them.
Also, you're a chicken.
The Theratas, you know him well enough that your card senses would probably be a tingling.
I would be within sight of them, to be fair. So they might see me pull a card.
The Theratas, do you want to do a perception check with advantage?
That would be a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
Okay. The Theratas, you get a sudden sinking feeling. And inside your head, you can hear a voice sort of going, no, 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 no. You look up and you see Varic sort of like tiptoeing Scooby-Doo style, ding, 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 outside, and like hunched over, like pick out a card. And he like looks really confused.
Verty, what are you looking at? You look really confused and happy at the same time.
The Theratus is going to hand like the reins of the horse that he's working on over to like Arkin and just walk straight out to Varic.
Yeah, Hannibal is going to follow them too. She finds this far too amusing.
Okey-doke.
Sometimes I just don't understand these people.
Hey, me neither, right now.
So the Theratus is going to walk straight up to Varic and go, Varic, can you hand me those, please?
Rosie, is card loyalty still working?
No, that was your last day yesterday, I believe. So
In that case, I'd rather not, but why?
You have a habit for pulling ones that seem to not be extremely helpful at the moment. I believe the last time I saw you with that deck in hand, you lost a limb.
Oh yes, that was quite the ordeal.
What do you mean? Wait, how should I play this out? Is it just like I'm confused as to what? That's pretty accurate right now, but as to what the specific effect is for in character to do with like.
You are just confused, like a little dazed, a little confused. Like you're not 100% sure. You're not stupid, but you're like everything around you sort of confuses you. Like things take a while to process in your brain. If someone told you a plan, you'd probably not be able to completely remember it all and be a bit like, but why? And, huh? A bit like you've woken up and you're in that state of like you can't quite understand everything yet.
Okay. What do you mean?
Oh dear.
I'll just keep him to myself, and I quickly stuff the deck like between the armor because I'd assume he still know that that's a thing.
Just don't draw anymore. The last time you drew one, well, the time before I just saw you drew one, fell out of the sky. Let's not have any more accidents.
Varic, can you explain what I am?
What you know?
Can you explain what Veritas is?
Yes, but
Then what is he?
He's a shieldy hammer demon dude.
As I feared, he has gone buffoon. Oh dear.
Yeah, the two of you through this conversation, you can tell that Varic is slightly. You can tell he's very confused, and his intelligence is seeming a little off.
See, that would take intelligence higher than mine to work out.
He does sound different. He sounds different to you, at the very least.
This is
He's
going to
more
make
on
my
your
job.
level. Varic, you've never been so relatable.
So what you're saying is that Verti and me will have incredibly intelligent conversations about politics.
Yes.
Or at least it seems like that to us.
Stick to the basics: food and beer and killing things.
I'm good at all of those.
Yeah, Rosie, what languages does that elk of his speak?
Viserys, what language
common.
does your elk speak?
Common.
Common? Nothing else?
Nope. Just
Oh,
common.
okay. I'll be just chatting away with your elk then.
He's reading your elk all the books that Apricity's ever written.
Hannibal is gonna march right back to Arisa, and she's gonna she's going to summon the dog again, and throw the dog at her arms, and go. I believe you're going to need this for a little while. He is going to need my help more than you. And she goes right back to Varic's side with the deadpan look on her face.
Arisa, you now have the cute little sparkly light blue white anime-eyed dog again.
Oh, hello. I cuddled the dog.
Okay.
He wags his tail. He's very happy to be back with the bacon lady.
Bacon lady.
Yep, that's your name now. Bacon Lady.
What was she? Music lady earlier, and now she's bacon lady.
Oh, let me
She was
think.
sexy music lady earlier at the very least.
Ah, that's okay.
Music lady. New bacon lady?
Okay.
Awesome.
So back outside of Varic, he has put away the deck. What did you guys want to do now? Are you just going to come back in again, or were you going to do anything specific out there before I jump to you guys being called to have a look at the bomb? Yeah, that's that. Yeah.
Do I sense any kind of magic like that at all? Like after saying that, wait, then suddenly going, oh shit.
It's just a telepathic link with the mouth.
Okay.
Wait, but I see Verti going slightly pale-ish.
Yeah, you don't know why. You're dumb.
Yeah, so the thing is that Varic will ask everything. What's going on, Verti?
I will say to the elk as well, don't tell us that. I might get murdered for it.
Viserys has to just look at Mark and go, I just heard something.
Heard what? And I just pull out an arrow because that's instinct.
Put the bow away, Varic.
Maybe you should give the bows to me for a little while.
But I thought you said we were going hunting trip.
Oh, we are, but it would end a bit badly if you killed yourself before we even went on our way.
We're hunting outside the castle, Varic.
Castle? Okay. Okay.
Just not
Okay.
yet.
And I put my arrow away and I'll just, like, fly next to Verti.
At this point, I'm walking up to Verti. Hey, Verti.
Annabelle is making sure he doesn't fall from the
Seeing
sky.
as Varic is not stupid, he will still glare at Arkan.
Varic, why? What have you done? I seem to upset you somehow. I don't know how. What's up?
Can I roll insight on that?
What are you trying to find out?
Well, the thing is, Varic
How
knows.
do you
that
roll
you're
insight
lying.
on a question?
Well, Varic knows that you're lying about that you don't know what's going on. Varic knows that you were involved with that
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
shenanigans with the blacksmith.
Okay, I think you're gonna have to roll an intelligence check instead.
Should I roll a deception check?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's.
I
Remember, your
roll.
intelligence has disadvantage.
Oh yeah, it has disadvantages. No, never mind.
You know nothing. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Well, to be precise, I think you're right because a nat 1 makes for a total of 0.
You have no idea what he's on about. He's asking you a question. You don't remember being annoyed at him.
Wait, but that's something that would be very, very.
Okay,
I
it's
know.
not that you don't remember, it's more that you're like...
Confused as to why.
I don't really remember.
Varic, you look confused, buddy. What's wrong?
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Arkan, I would advise you not to ask anything to him for a little while. His brain is a little mushy at the
Did he
moment.
pull the cards again?
I believe so, yes.
Oh god
I
damn
felt
it,
their
Varic.
alluring smell from inside.
Hey, who are you calling mushy? And I'll just glare
It's a
at Annabelle now.
compliment, dear. Don't worry.
How is that? Okay.
Good boy. Now, Arkan, really, don't ask him anything.
Okay, I was just curious if he was glaring at me. His
Well,
habits
that's
of doing
because
these
you
things now.
didn't him, dear. And will try not to do that in battle. He needs to hear. Especially now.
I didn't do that.
Of course you didn't.
I
Just so you
did
know,
see you there.
invisibility spells don't work with me.
I didn't do that.
At this point,
Okay.
Arkan's like eyes are widening open, looking at like Hannibal, going, "Please shut the fuck up."
Rosie,
I was going to say, I'm not even going to make you roll deception for that because it's so obviously a lie.
Rosie,
Yes.
can I just quickly check my hunter's mark to see if, the target?
I cast a spell magic in the keep.
Arkan, you're using magic again.
I'm not doing anything right now.
No, that was back at the keep, so he doesn't
okay.
cast it
Alright.
right now.
Shame, it would have been funny.
Okay.
Wait, but if you cast that when you were at the keep, I wasn't at the keep yet.
Yep.
So therefore, the deafness wouldn't have been dispelled.
Yeah,
Because
I would have cancelled. It was a concentration.
Oh, okay.
Now then, did anybody want to do anything else before you go and investigate this bomb? 'Cause it's going to arrive soon.
I would love to go shopping.
Yes.
Arissa hears the word shopping.
The dog barks at the word shopping. Bones!
I think Varic should have a minimum 15-foot radius away from the bomb.
I'm not gonna, listen to that.
Arkan was talking to you, but wasn't talking to you, kind of thing.
We'll keep an eye on Varic until he's feeling 100%.
It may take a while.
I'm curious what kind of bomb this is.
Oh yes, I want to see how it explodes!
Can we see that part outside this keep? preferably across the border.
Oh, but
Yeah.
it's so far away.
I have some experience in magical bombs. Uncle Saldras or Mrs. Saldras kind of commissioned me, kind of.
Oh my goodness, yes. The same is with my kind. We have exploded a lot of suns in the last few centuries.
Exploded a lot
Diverted
of
a lot
stuff.
of lights.
Yeah, I kind of
Yes,
I made a
one
mana
of
bomb.
the recent wishes is about exploding some galaxies. So the sun is the best way to do it.
Alright, well, you guys get sent for. And I would like to see the bomb. And sort of middle of the afternoon, you guys get called for. And you guys are met by Bori and her husband. And they show you into a private room, which is up in the tall tower, the second tower where they live and where a few other people stay. And there are some guards outside the door as you walk up. And when you enter the room, you see the familiar pale face and long, lanky, dark hair of the once innkeeper back in stock, Vincent Poe.
Hey, well, it's great you're typing so loud I can't hear you, really.
That's okay. You guys go up into the room where they're going to show you how this item works. And there's guards outside the door. And when you get in, you see a familiar face. He's got pale skin, looks fairly human, middle-aged, dark, lanky hair. And it's Vincent Poe who stood there in the room. Yay!
Can someone give me a recap on who Vincent Poe is again?
Fucking amazing! He was like one of our first friends ever.
Okay.
He served us drinks, so we liked him. He worked in a pub in Stock, and he's like an undercover guy from the ring. And we thought he was just a really nice landlord guy, and it turned out he was fucking amazing and was like trying to save the city. And then he took my best friend Reese to go.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The airship guy. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. And yeah, he's real cool, and he like dashed off to go and do important things and look after Reese.
Yes. Long time no see indeed, friend. I hear you have been quite busy.
I'm going to kind of skip over to Vincent, trying to keep my cool and extend my hand to him and shake his hand vigorously.
He smiles and shakes your hand, and then he sort of kneels down a little and like holds his arm out for a one-arm hug. Like, you know, come on, I know this is what you want, kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a real good squeeze.
Yay!
I'm getting a little emotional. I'm gonna give him a good squeeze. And ask him how he is.
I'm fine. Thank you for asking. It's been quite a time. A lot is changing. A lot is changing faster than we could possibly have imagined. A lot is still up in the air. I'm glad to see you all still fighting the good fight. I knew there was something special about you. I hope you're enjoying your new keep, by the way.
Hope we're enjoying our little what, sorry?
I hope you're enjoying your new keep, by the way.
Have you seen it? It's rather wonderful looking.
I've had it described to me several times. Apparently it's cleaner, but then that really isn't saying very much, is it?
Well, if you're ever in town when we're there, you must come over for a slap-up meal.
I am sure we can arrange that. Meantime, there is plenty to be doing. There's, well, as you are no doubt aware, plenty of evil that needs vanquishing. More than usual, more than there has been for a long time.
Rosé, does he have anything like from Arcanus on him at all? I'd find really interesting to look at.
Do a investigation check. And he says, so you are the lucky creatures who get to use this
I am Kupo.
Oh my god, he talks.
Yes, I talk. Bark. Bacon lady, bark.
I need to get some more bacon.
You smell like bacon. I like you. Squirrel.
Oh, that's an 18, by the way.
18. Okay. He has a fastening on his cloak that has mechanical cogs wearing in it. And you, from your extensive research, that seems to be a Mechanus contraption.
Okay. I'll just open up and say, hi, I'm Arkin, by the way. I was going to say, when was the last time you were in Mechanus?
Hello, Arkin. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Mechanus. Not for several days now, unfortunately. I don't get to go there that often. But I did have to retrieve some parts for this contraption, so I was there not too long ago. Why do you ask?
Oh, I just seen your fasteners. It's really interesting.
Oh, thank you. They are a very obliging and intelligent bunch out there.
Yeah, someone I know got a new arm there.
Turkey.
Yeah, someone I knew got a new arm from there.
It's a very popular place to go for people who are into that sort of thing.
My eyes are going to kind of widen and look at.
You okay there, Persity?
Yeah, I know someone who I think was going to Mechanus to have an arm fitted, and I looked to Vincent.
He smiles at you.
Did Reese make it there?
Yes, he did. He enjoyed himself immensely. He did not stop talking the entire journey. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He was in and out of consciousness for most of it, but he enjoyed it himself. And he is recovering well. In fact, he is training with us, and his new arm is making him stronger than, well, most of our other trainees. So he's a little ahead of them there.
Arkin teams know of Reese? Or is there just lots of people losing their arms recently?
No, Mrs. Salderas's arm.
Oh, of course. Yes, I hear it's the place to go.
Yeah, you kind of put your finger in it a good few times, I'm pretty sure.
Varic,
Yes?
the whole world around you goes grey and sparkly.
Oh
You
dear.
can no longer see or hear anything that's happening around you.
Wasn't me!
Oh, God.
You hear a sort of ethereal voice say to you, would you choose to see your fortune, knowing it has only a possibility of coming true?
Yes, I think maybe. What do you mean?
Well, you may see one fortune of yourself or of your group, something that may come to pass should all paths align before your feet. It is not for certain, though. Do not take our fortune as a definite course. You must still act to get there, and it may or may not come true. Would you like to peer into the future?
I think that could be useful.
Would you like to see a fortune for yourself? For yourself and another, or for your group, Varic?
I'd like to see it for my group. I think. I just want to know if they stay safe, if they all survive everything.
Very well, Varic. I'm going to need you to roll me an intelligence check.
At disadvantage and...
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. Even then I rolled a 19. No, not that 19. An 18, sorry.
That's fine. Okay. This makes a lot of sense to you. Suddenly, your brain clears for a moment and you think, the card. And you remember you pulled a card and it had symbols upon it. And you think, fortune. Oh, a card of a fortune. I see. And your vision goes sort of dark grey, not quite black, sort of dark. And you can feel your brain being spun forwards, even though your feet are standing still where they are. And you find yourself in the middle of a place that you can't quite recognise. It's full of creatures and humans. And looking around, you can see all of your party around you. You can see Orissa, you can see Priscity, you can see the Theritas, you can see a lot of other people. You can see Redo. I'm not going to say whether you can see Arkin or Hannibal at the moment. You can't quite spot them. But everyone else who's in the party you can see. They're all fighting. You're in the middle of a battle. There are dark creatures made entirely of shadow. There's red demonic creatures with horns. There is the Theritas is fighting a dark-haired woman who's floating in the sky. And amidst all this, you suddenly hear a voice that you can't quite place. And you see a big, rotating, circular shape in the air. And it's fizzing, and you see a hand extend from it towards the group.
Wait. Does that look familiar?
Does what look familiar?
The hand. Varic pulled the truth card early, like a few sessions ago. He knows what happened to other Varic. Does that hand look anything familiar?
The hand that's coming out is mechanical. And it extends out of this circular, whatever this magic thing is, and you hear the same voice shout, "Come on! No time left!" And every member of the party turns to face this, and then you're pulled back. And you're back in the white, bright, shiny light, and the voice says to you, "One of the fortunes that may come to pass. Make of it what you will. Perhaps you'll see yourself there soon. Good luck, Varic." And
thank you.
Back in the room.
I'll still say thank you out loud, in common.
Actually, everybody else, you will have heard Varic's side of that conversation. Not very clearly, because you're all having your own conversations, but anyone who sort of looked around, you'll have then noticed that Varic was talking to you.
They heard Varic say, "I'd like to know the future for the group. I'd like to know if they are safe."
Yep. And his eyes were all like white and glassy the whole time, and now they're back to normal.
Varic, are you quite alright? That was very unusual for a human.
What? I'm no human.
Oh, right, he's still dumb.
I'm no human. Tries to look at like my ears.
Of course not, dear. You're a very powerful creature.
Last I checked, I was an elf.
You suddenly, in your confused state, think, "Oh my god, did the card turn me into a really stupid human?" And And you start like
Varic, it's
you start like
okay.
patting
She
your
calls
ears
all
and
of us
checking.
humans.
Why would she do that? Oh well. Also, what just happened?
I believe you were talking to the air, dear.
No, that was not the air. Air doesn't show futures.
What futures?
Futures.
At this point, Vincent Poe is going to lean over and pay attention as well.
Possible
futures, Varic.
Possible futures.
Did you pull another card without us noticing?
He pulled another card earlier.
I don't know. I just know that I saw some futures, but only
What
an option
futures,
that
Varic?
maybe helps. Well, it happens.
Varic, if you, to the best of your possible capable ability, could you explain exactly what you're talking about or what was said to you?
This may take a while.
No, I don't think so.
Varic, what did you see?
Well, not much, and then something, one or the other, or something, maybe someone, I don't know, started talking. And
Well,
it
we
kept
heard-
saying things about future, and then I saw things. It gave me a choice. I got to pick if I wanted to see my own future or the group or specific members of the party or me and someone, or at that me and someone I'll still blush and look at the ground because of what Varic was thinking about doing.
Well, then, what did you see? Because it
I,
sounded like you said something about the group.
Wait, you heard that? That wasn't supposed to. Huh?
I do believe it would be better if you ask after the effect of these cards has passed.
I'm just
You know
going to
what?
look at his wings, look at my robe, and then look at Hannibal and go, I sincerely doubt that's going to happen anytime soon.
Rosie?
Well, we can stand here all day listening to him blabbering, but it doesn't
Rosie?
seem to be going anywhere.
How would a confused Varic explain what he just saw? Because he would try to say it.
You could explain it fairly competently. You'd be more confused about the meaning. Like, you're not thick. You're just sort of confused by everything around you. But you could give a fairly coherent understanding of what you saw, but you still don't understand it yourself.
In that case, I'll definitely relay what I saw, but not specifically what I heard around it. Furthermore, like, it's a long story, so I'm just going to say I relay it, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fine. So anyone who didn't hear, because you're having your own chat, sorry, Varic was given the option of seeing futures, potential futures, it was said, things that may come to pass or may not, and he chose to see a fortune for the group. He saw you all fighting in a great battle with various different creatures and all sorts of different things, and he believes he saw most of you, but you can't be 100% sure. And then a sort of portal thing opened up in the air, a mechanical hand poked through it, somebody shouted, "Hurry, there's no time left," and you all looked at the portal, and then that was that.
When he's explaining this, Ark is just writing everything down on a bit.
Alright,
Or his book.
Tharashus is just going to shake his head and just look at Varic one more time and go, "Don't draw another card, please. For the love of all that is holy."
And there's the issue. Ayaralmi is really tempted. Not trying to railroad or anything, but just, you know, or to derail, I mean, but just IRL me can use the distractions that this brings.
Well, at some point you'll have gone through every card in the deck and then you know what they all do.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Meanwhile, you guys are having a conversation about airships. Vincent Bow lets you guys handle that situation. He sort of smiles and looks on and looks vaguely concernedly at Varic, but continues on. He just... Right, so shall we shall I instruct you in how this machine works?
I think I'd like to see, and I'll just step closer to Vincent and what he's showing.
Alright.
Vincent, perhaps keep Varic at a distance with that for now.
Oi!
No offense, Varic. I'm just slightly concerned about you.
We just don't want you to get hurt, obviously.
Absolutely.
I can handle myself.
No, you can't.
Usually, Varic, I wouldn't.
Wait, do you say that out loud, Hannah?
Yes, she did.
By now, those dire Scotch eggs aren't that edible anymore, are they?
Probably not. Are you throwing
I'll
dire Scotch eggs?
Interface.
Oh no.
Stealth, dexterity, whatever in this situation.
Varic, roll. Do a deck. Varic, do both of you do a dexterity to do a dex.
Arkan's just gonna say, "Oh, not a."
I still like my dexterity roll. That's okay.
Long suffering. Oh well. Okay, Annabelle, you managed to duck so that it only catches you on like the top of the head rather than full in the face, but it still gets you.
Very mature, Varic. She waves her hand and the mess disappears.
Continue, Vincent. Shoot Hannah and Varic a stare like, stop showing us up.
Someone take the child to the room.
Vincent Poe is sort of laughing, but he clears his throat. Alright. Let's continue. So,
I do mention that to Felicity and like just whisper in the ear, going, "I think you should need to take the child to his."
So, gather all of you. Gather around. Now then, this is a fusion of some fairly high-powered magic and some fairly complicated mechanism from Mechanus, actually.
We lost Veri.
Uh-oh. He got sick of you pulling cards. He's just gone.
So I should pull another one in hopes of bringing him back?
Well, you've gone through a lot of the good ones, so you never know.
I forgot that this deck doesn't reshuffle.
This deck is the one that oh no, this one does reshuffle. Sorry, the deck of many things that the Sunday group has doesn't.
Wait, so I have the good ones in this one still?
So you've still got good ones, yep. But they reshuffle. So if you rolled the same number twice, you wouldn't necessarily get the same card.
Yeah, it would be a different card every time I roll the same number, basically.
Pretty much. But that's part of the fun. So
Tom's an expert porn writer. Just saying.
He says the internet has booted him. He's just getting back on. So I'll give you guys a brief rundown of how the machine works. It's not ridiculous.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Hey.
Internet decided to boot me.
Ridiculously complicated. He pulls it out of a bag and shows you. And what it is it almost looks like a bundle of cogs, but then when you look closer, it's cogs all interconnected, tiny little silver ones, great brass bronze ones, and they're all connected in a sort of circle that's probably the size of the Theratas's hand. You could probably hold it in his hand. It's a big circle, and they look like they're sort of spinning in midair, but they've got a glowy purple ore around them, and that's the magic pulsing. And they click, 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 clicking. And there is a wind-up turner on the side, and it's currently hanging, and it's connected to something in the middle. And he points to that and he says, when it is set into place, turn the handle all the way down until the whole contraption clicks and it turns red. And then you have 5 minutes to be well out of the way.
And I'm writing this
And
down.
then everything goes kaboom!
And then everything will go kaboom. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Arkin, after writing all that down, will get right up close with it and start inspecting it.
Okay.
Like, very,
Everyone's
very
gonna start
closely.
poking things.
Do an intelligence check, but add your Arcana ability modifier.
Do I also do an intelligent one? Or
Yeah, you can do.
Oh, that's good. That's a 28. That's a 19.
Right.
okay, 1 and 19. Here we go. Okay.
That's a straight intelligence check. That wouldn't have went so well.
Okay. I have a word of warning for you, he says, and he talks you through it all again, at least twice. Okay, Hannibal and Arkan, what are you looking for while you're having a look at this item?
I was just looking at it if it's anything similar to what I was commissioned off of Colosia to build for him for when I was younger.
It has some similarities in the way it's put together, but it's a very different contraption. Highly
Mine was
magical, highly dangerous.
okay.
Can I have Hannibal start moving her hands around the box, and it slowly starts to float between her hands, and her eyes start glowing, and everyone kind of gets a little stressed of what was happening?
Vincent will sort of put his hand up and say, now, I would leave it on the table if I were you. If this goes off here, it would kill everybody in a 5-mile radius.
Oh, don't worry, I'm just X-raying it, so I can make one when I go away. Or a few thousand.
He
How
smiles.
interesting.
She likes explosives.
The
Well,
larger the better, my friend. The larger the better.
I'm pretty sure that's what Redo said.
Ooh, Le Baron.
Savage.
Zing.
Like Arkin's just staring at the box and just like looking at the bomb while just saying that, not even making any eye contact with everybody. He's so fascinated by this thing.
just make sure that you use them wisely. I would not advise it to be a project undertaken and then halfway abandoned. Make sure you see it through to the end and do not use them anywhere that does not deserve it.
Oh dear, we have all the time in the universe. Or at least I do.
Well, lucky for you. I am glad somebody does. So, the tricky part of this is once it has been set, you have around 5 minutes to get out of the blast zone, or at least as far out of it as you can. The blast zone itself stretches up to 5 miles.
At that point, Arkin just stands up and looks at him. 5 miles in 5 minutes.
Well, you don't have to do the whole 5 miles, of course. Just fast as you can.
What's the safety zone?
The safety
relative
zone
safety
be-
zone.
I would recommend being at least 2 miles away.
Can this be remote detonated away from this?
No, we never organize anything like that. We need to know that we have done it. We need to know where it has been set, and we need to know that one of us, or trusted allies, as you all are, has done it. Now, I seem to remember you having a flying carpet.
Well, I also have wings.
Oh, yes. I was told of this. And very nice too, Varic. They suit you. You should keep them.
Thank you. I didn't intend to lose them. That sounds painful, I think.
Oh, it is.
I would imagine so, yes.
Arca just kind of looks at the floor going, yeah, you end up drinking a
Mention
lot.
of that.
Wait, what did you say, Ark?
Like, he just mumbled under his breath, yeah, you end up drinking a lot afterwards. Like, he does look a little bit disgruntled and, like, uncomfortable, but...
While everyone is chatting, without noticing, Hannibal started like throwing the bomb in the air, then catching it.
Vincent Poe will put out a hand and
The
say,
first time you throw it up, Arca will cast telekinesis to catch it, so it does not drop. Okay, you see his eyes, like a little bit of sweat going down his face after analyzing it.
To be fair, after just having been told it's a bomb and
A
so
blast
far-
like radius of fucking 2 miles of instant death, and then a 5-mile radius of fucking disaster.
But to be fair, Varic just slowly and definitely, clearly got explained how dangerous this bomb is.
yeah.
He'll be very annoyed at Hannibal for throwing that thing. Even though he's stupid
I
and
would have
confused.
cut it.
Well, it's caught now.
Well done, Arkan. And then a very confused Luke as well.
So,
Like, Arkan slowly put it down onto the desk. More so careful than he needs to be.
thank you. Okay. So, the basic things to remember.
The tiefling is threatening Hannibal.
Uh-oh.
Did someone say my name, by the way? Sorry.
Sorry?
The tiefling is threatening Hannibal.
In a tiefling way.
Oh, she just stares at him and laughs.
That'll go down well.
Thank you, Vincent, for your time. I hope we've not made you travel all this way just for dropping off a bomb. Can you stay for a drink, perhaps?
I think a drink is really needed after that.
I can stay for one drink. Unfortunately, there is a lot of other stuff to do. The evil is penetrating further than we could possibly believe.
Penetrating.
Please tell me that was a character.
Right when like he says that, I'm just gonna glance my eyes to the side and just look at Rido and Veri.
I'm going to start making some notes for the future novel.
The penetrating bomb. The story of love and fusion. Anyway.
Explosive love.
Oh man.
Once penetrated, it explodes.
But
Come
yes,
on.
I can stay for one drink. Yes.
I would like to go for a cup of tea with Vincent, but I also do want to go shopping before we go anywhere.
Christy, your Vicky is showing.
Yeah.
Well, you've still got the rest of the afternoon. If you want, he can meet you for tea in an hour or so, and you could go and have a quick shop beforehand.
Cool.
Alrighty. What would you like to shop for?
I would like to see if there are any weapons dealers that are nearby. If not, then I guess to the blacksmith, maybe.
Okay.
Can I tag along?
Sure. Just none of your shit again, Varic.
What shit?
I was there earlier. I know. You know what I mean.
He doesn't know that.
What do you mean? You were where? You're so fucking
Varic?
lucky, by the way.
Arkin is kicking you and like putting his foot on your like toe and just giving you the look.
Annabelle gets at you knowingly.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay. Varic, just stick close to me, please. Don't wander off.
Okay, I think. I mean, what are we shopping for? I know I'd like something.
I would like to try and find perhaps a crossbow that shoots wooden bolts. Or if that's not possible, then I'd like to talk to someone about getting me some arrows with wooden tips.
Okay.
Hannibal follows Varic because she doesn't trust him in this state.
Arista's following Apricity with Poo-Poo in her arms. I don't even know how big this dog is, but she's carrying it.
Oh fuck! I think it's a group adventure.
He's around the size of a Cavalier, King Charles.
Ah, yes.
Rosie,
Yes.
I have something on my shopping list as well.
Okay, what's on your shopping list?
It's that finesse trident that I tried to get like a while ago.
Okay. Good luck getting it here.
Well, there's a blacksmith.
There is a blacksmith, yes,
Oh God.
who you have potentially annoyed.
I want to find a cloak, a nice furry fucking cloak, like
Okay.
the Watches of the North cloak.
Arkin, you can find a Watches of the Watches cloak, and because of who you are, they will charge you 7 silver for it.
Okay, I'll give him a gold piece.
Oh, do you want change?
Nope.
Okay. April
Yo.
you actually hear some people talking about the vampires and how they haven't fought them many times before, but they need to be more prepared in the future. And you can find someone who is whittling steaks that he is giving out to people. And after some conversation, you can coerce him to have a go at doing crossbow stakes, as it were. And he says that for you, because you came and you helped them and you're going off on another mission for them soon, he will do them for you for free.
Wow. Does he have a crossbow that I can purchase?
He
that-
does, yes.
Huzzah.
He only has 2. One of them is his own personal crossbow. One of them is his spare. He says he will sell it to you if you would like it, but it is used.
That's fine by me.
Okay.
Can I get one of those wooden stakes?
Yes, do you want just one, or do you want a few?
I just want one.
Okay. He will give you one as a gift.
Thank you.
Mama.
That's adorable.
Okay.
And-
He will sell you the crossbow for 4 silver because it's used.
I'll give him a gold for it.
Okay.
Thank you, Arkin.
Uh,
How many doodads do I get?
Aha. He is currently trying to make some. He's not 100% sure how he would go about it, but he has a go. Okay, he's fairly successful. You get 5.
Cool. Also for the future,
Mm-hmm.
in my previous life before becoming an awesome kick-ass adventurer, I was a wood carver.
Yeah.
And I carry with me woodcarver's tools, which I have proficiency with. So if I found some wood, would I be able to carve my own wooden shape?
Yes. Yes, you would.
Or should I just kind of, when we go out missioning, I'll look out for some wood and you can tell me what to roll or something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet! Awesome, thank you.
That is okay. Is anyone else doing shopping?
I'm gonna send you a message.
Okay.
Would there be anywhere that sold magical items here? Is this the kind of place that would have like
Potentially. I mean,
Yeah.
they've basically got a very, very small marketplace, and the rest of it is just the two sort of tower keeps, and then people living and existing, and there's a lot of cooking over open fires and things for people who don't always go up to the mess hall to get food. So there isn't like particularly shops or anything.
Yeah.
You could ask around and see if there's anyone who is very good at making things. You can roll a investigation if you wanted to find out what sort of thing are you looking for.
I was just thinking of kind of healing potions, or if we're traveling. 16 for investigation.
Okay. You find that there is one woman here who brews some potions and gets some shipped into her occasionally. You're pointed in the direction of her house, and she lives in a sort of tall, slightly leaning house on the edge of the keep bit with several other people. And she's quite nice. She's sort of an older lady, and she will sell you. Ooh. My earphone just fell out. One moment. Come back. There we are. Okay. What sort of health potions did you want, and how many?
Let's start off with some pretty basic, nice healing potions, please. Obviously, a nice, good, strong few would be good.
Okay. She's got a greater healing potion. She's got several just normal healing potions as well. But yeah, she's only got one greater.
Can I take a greater and 4 normal?
Yes. She knocks some cash off because you're very nice. How many normal ones did you want?
4, please.
4, so 4 and a greater. Okay, so I'll just write that in my notes. Okay, the total cost for that will be 70 gold.
Cool. Minus that from my thing. Thank you.
Okay, do you want to tell her that? Rob, can you speak?
What's that? Oh, yeah, okay, I see it. Press the D.
Parkin.
Could I borrow your crossbow for maybe a day or two?
For what, sorry?
Can I borrow your crossbow for a day or two?
Sure.
I'm just gonna make a minor alteration to it.
Of course you can. Thank you. Feel free to have a play around with it. I'm sure I can make some more stakes quite easily once we're out on the road.
I'm not gonna endanger the party. I'm good.
I'll hand in my crossbow. I trust him.
Cool. He turns on you. Casual, sudden, yet inevitable betrayal.
And this is our prisoner dies.
It spins around, puts into her chest, bang, pulls the trigger.
Her eyes look up at him, filling with tears. Hagen, I loved you.
And he turns into the son of Shadow.
No.
Well, that was one hell of a plot twist.
That's just rude.
Hey, night, guys.
God, that's just rude. Okay, so you guys have got that. Varic, yes is the answer.
Just quickly checking. Oh, it's that. Yes. In that case, I will.
Okay, roll me sleight of hand.
Seeing as that's dex based,
Yeah,
is that
disadvantage.
affected?
Yeah, everything dex based.
God damn it.
And wisdom and intelligence based as well.
I sent Kiki the score.
Okay. Ah! Okay. You reach out to a pastry cart that someone is pushing past and try to grab one. You reach out your hand and you find your wrist smacked by the man pushing the cart. So, alright, you pay for it round here, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm not. What was I doing? I'm sorry. I don't think I meant to do that.
Yeah, likely story. And he pushes his cart off in.
You know what? I'll give him a few silver pieces just as like compensation for almost accidentally stealing stuff.
Alright. He takes them from you warily and continues on his way. Alright. So, where I shall possibly leave it for tonight, because it's going to get a lot later if we do the next bit, is we will bring you back to the keep. You get a snooze. Oh, he's going to bless some water. So you guys can do anything you need to do this evening. And yes, I'm sorry, Vitheritas, I saw your message, I just didn't reply. Yes, that's fine.
Oh, good.
So anything you want to do tonight, you can do. And you're going to wake up in the morning ready to go on your mission. And
Rosie?
Varic, you will still be confused in the morning.
About that,
Mm-hmm.
if we have that adventure that Verti and me had in between, how does that get affected by the confused thing?
That will probably happen just after this one, I think.
So it will be next session then, basically.
So yeah, after if you guys successfully complete this task, then that one will happen as well. But it'll happen before you sail to Risha, basically.
Okay.
Which will probably be after. If you manage to come back from this, then it'll be just after that, because the ship will have docked.
Well, to be fair, if all this shit will still keep affecting me while we're in combat, that...
It's only 24 hours, so...
You're gonna become one hell of a
the
liability.
thing is, I use dexterity for literally everything I do. Wait, attack rolls, do they count as dexterity?
For you, probably.
If you're adding your... If you add
shit, yes.
anything to do with dexterity, then yes.
Shit. And even my stealth is dex based, so... It looks like I'll be
Liability.
working on my character sheets that I have as backup.
Okay.
Just for certainty.
whoever was going, bye. I'm sure someone said bye.
Yeah, I guess someone said bye as well.
What?
I thought someone said bye, so I was making sure we said goodbye to everybody. Basically, yeah, so next session we will pick up. You guys will be in the morning, having made preparations. Anything you want to do before you leave, have a think about before the next session, and you can chuck that in. And we will then set you off on your magnificent adventure. Varic, it will be important to note that by the time it gets to around midday, your confusion will have worn off, as will your -2 and your disadvantage and everything. But until then, it will still be active.
Okay, I'll quickly write that down. Touch on IMT, Wiz, and Dex. And the -2 to IMT.
Okay. Did anyone else have anything they wanted to do or plan for the end of la session?
Well, if they're going to bed, Varic will likely spend his trance, which is a sort of meditation. He'll try to, understand what the fuck is going on. And then for other hours, he'd probably try to carve some arrow tips with an inspiration that he took from Apricity out of wood. From the stake that he got.
Okay. Perfect.
I shall be much just enchanting the crossbow the entire time.
Okay.
Or like through late into the goddamn night.
If you want, you can roll for that now, and we'll see how effective it was.
Okay.
Yeah, and Bertha's going to be trying to do the 12 vials.
You can't do vials. You have redo for that stuff.
No.
True. This do they have? I forgot. Do they have each individual room, or how did this work?
A big dormitory at the moment. This place you're in now.
So no privacy.
No.
Darn.
Oh no.
Which means Vitheritas and Redo's, evenings are quite eventful.
I'm gonna cast
everyone else's.
once I get some sleep, I'm gonna cast blindness and deafness on myself until I wake up.
Understandable. Very understandable.
I just decide to stay in the mess hall because that's where the food is and meditation works as well.
Can I cast Leomund's tiny hut and stay in there so I don't have to see anything?
Yes, of course you may.
Coupe comes with me.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna sit up carving for a little while and then go to bed.
Ooh, can I check up on the giant goat that I summoned in town square last time?
Oh shit, I forgot about that one.
Marissa,
Hello.
remember you do have a use per day on Mordecai's magnificent mansion.
Or, as I call it, a rispa.
By the way, Arisa, Kupo is going to be running around in excitement at the new place.
Aw.
Asking
That's
all
the thing
kinds of
is, I don't want to keep everyone. So I've just summoned a little hut in the middle of this dormitory, like this is my room.
This is mine, and not yours. Mine.
Yeah, in the middle of the night, he's just gonna go and sleep with you. So there's not much you can do.
Okay.
Which is fair in a way. Who wants a little small spoiler on that? What that creature is? Because that's not going to be explained in the game.
I do.
Does anybody want to hear? Or
Go for it.
Yes.
so it literally is literally a Hannibal, but a lot dumber. So it's like a part of her that's turned into a dog, but it's still Hannibal. So everything that's happening is going to her. So every single memory the dog has, it's going to her.
So gently.
Oh my god.
So therefore, gently pressing the wet nose against her inner thigh was Hannibal doing that?
Pretty much. A dumber Annabelle would
So what you're
succeed.
saying is, a person who's now slept with Arissa, now you're technically sleeping with Arissa.
Pretty much, yes.
Get
And
around.
Varic doesn't know.
That's why it calls Hannibal Mama, because it's the original Hannibal.
I think Arissa's just into women these days.
Just
Women and male gnomes.
That's what Varic keeps telling himself as well.
For his ego to feel better, poor thing.
Would anybody like to submit a request for the title of this week's episode?
Space vegan.
Yeah, we shall go with Space Vegan.
Oh yeah,
I
I
think.
tell you what, shout by to the recording and then we can all ask Varic what he was actually saying.
Touch
Okay.
bear.
Teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
Hey there.